All right, we've got a call here on line one. All right, caller, you're on there.
Yeah, earlier I heard you guys talking to a guy. He was complaining about WLBT. What was that all about?
He just said that they were liberals.
Saying something about a word or something.
Doing everything from a leftist point of view.
He was.
The
word was allegedly.
Yeah.
Say what?
He was talking about the word allegedly, and I was just explaining that in journalism, that's a word we use for pretty much everything, just so we don't get sued.
Correct. That's what I called, because, about 2 months ago, I called in, that same caller said I was dumb with the word progressive and Congress. Pro and con are prefixes on the word progressive and Congress, okay?
I see what you're saying.
Evidently, he was drunk or whatever doing 6th grade reading and vocabulary classes, because he's dumb. And another thing, Miss Sylvia, she fronted like she a single woman, but on one of the shows, she admitted that she was married to a white man, okay? So every time I call in, these comments, every time I call in, they like to call and make it seem like I don't know what I'm talking about, like I'm some uneducated black man. But I got plenty of sense. I got a college degree, be it Bachelor of Science degree. I got plenty of sense. And most of what I'm talking about is true. There is racism in Mississippi. Like, example, did you guys ever find out what happened down with that little girl that got ran over by that white lady?
I put in some calls about that.
And the DA down there in that county didn't even bring that white girl to justice at all, didn't even charge her or anything.
What about when Robert Schuler Smith charged that white man with murder for defending himself over there on McDowell Road? That was racism.
I mean, Clay, come on now. Let's talk about it.
I'm just saying, if we can go tit for tat, we can go tit for tat.
Let's talk about a lot of racism that whites afflict against black people every day in this state. You can't even.
Now white people have to deal with now white people having to deal with revenge racism.
No, there's no such thing as revenge racism.
Oh, yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? White people bought black people over here on slave ships.
We didn't bring nobody
brought them to
over here.
Mississippi. See, that's your problem. White people don't want to listen because you're scared.
I would still say this is an upgrade.
Your hand on racism, you get scared, you're real frightened. I get frightened too.
I ain't frightened.
If I was white and a black person talked to me about racism or anything like that, then I'd be frightened too. I want them to be quiet. Oh.
Well, looking at the genocide y'all are committing on yourselves in Jackson, I should be afraid.
No. We talking about black and white racism. It's so many incidents that happen every day right here in the state of Mississippi with black versus white. It's ridiculous. I know several personals that people just don't even talk about. You see it all the time.
I don't have to talk
right
about
on the job, especially with employment.
Hey guys, can I say something?
Yes.
You know, the other thing that
with employment, Clay.
You know,
there's a lot of stuff go on these jobs with employment when white people. Everyday white people let you know they do not like black people.
Not in Jackson. White folks can't even get contracts in Jackson.
Hey, guys.
I'm talking about employment, like
hey, boys.
Restaurant.
Let me jump in here.
On a construction site with white men, white women, or whatever you want to call it, and they do not like black people. I'm just serious. Right here in the state of Mississippi, so don't try to play like race.
Why do you think they don't like black
people? It's not an issue. Like them guys ran over that man. James Craig Anderson, 2009 or 10.
You'll hold on to
Ellis
that.
Avenue with an F.
If all y'all love James Craig Anderson so much, you shouldn't have been living in a crack hooker hotel in Jackson.
No, he wasn't living there.
But he doesn't deserve to get ran over like he was the street.
Okay, guys, listen. I want to talk for a second about the fact that, yes, we can fight about the hate all day long, but there are a lot of things going on out there that show absolute love between people of different races, too. Why are we focusing on the stuff that tears us apart when, like Dr. Martin Luther King said, we could all be just trying to help each other through life the way we should? I mean, God didn't ask us, any of us, what color we wanted to be or what stage of life we want to be born into. Why don't we just all try and help each other by loving each other and being kind to each other? And we see somebody who's doing something wrong, correct them instead of fighting against people that never wronged us.
You're right, but you know what? You got to talk to white people about that.
Well, black people too. I mean, it's a human thing to attack. It's a human thing to do this.
How could you love God and you never seen him, but you hate your black brother that you see every day?
I don't believe the Bible actually says black brother, but we can take it to a human place where humans are defensive and they will fight with each other.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're trying to do better, though.
You got white people started racism, the father of racism, And then when
people
somebody
did
call
not
you out
start
on it, you don't want to
racism.
be called out on because you're scared.
I'm not afraid of anything, and
No,
I'm
no,
not a
I'm talking
racist,
about
and you know
I'm
that.
I'm talking about white people that's really racist, don't want to be called racist because they're really scared.
Well, scared of what? Y'all.
I'm just saying they really scared. They scared. I know.
Y'all taking
you
all
say
the value
so,
out of the
what?
word racist.
But
Nobody
you
is
really
scared of being
frightened.
called a racist anymore.
That's no. You deflect it like it don't exist, like you're not a racist.
I'm not a
Okay.
racist.
You are
I
a
wish
racist, player.
I wish black people would quit killing each other, and I wish y'all would close that abortion clinic down in Jackson and quit,
Well, I tell you
quit
what,
committing genocide in the
if
black
you got
community.
if
How
you
does
got
that
all
make
this
me a
love for
racist?
black people, if you got all this love for black people, why won't you come and spend a weekend in the black community?
It ain't my job to
And
save
spend
the
some
black
money.
community. The black community needs to save itself.
I'm just saying, spend some
It-
money. Come and spend some money in the black community.
I spent
And,
40 years. I spent
you
44
know,
years in the black
whatever
community.
you want to call it, invite the black community to your house. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen what y'all done to y'all's
moved
homes. It ain't coming to
you moved
mine.
way to Brandon to get away from black people.
I
That's
damn
cool.
sure did.
To get away from black people, see how racist that is?
Well, from Jackson, you know, it is what
from
it is.
black people, just gonna be real, man.
I am real.
If you're a racist, stand
I
on that
moved-
stuff.
I moved to get away from
I like
Democrats.
when people admit that they are racist.
I moved to
That's
get away
why
from
they-
Democrats.
That's why we can have clarity then.
You know, when I lived in Jackson, I took my garbage out. I didn't sell drugs out my house. I didn't have my barbecue in the front yard. I didn't litter. I can go on and on. I didn't kill people. There's another big one that people like to
That's
do in
cool,
Jackson.
but like I said, that guy,
Behave.
he was drunk.
That's
doing
all we asking.
phrase,
Just
reading and
behave.
vocabulary. And Miss Sylvia need to stop fronting on the radio because a month ago she said she was married to a white man. Now
Well,
she say she's single.
Well, that's maybe things changed in her life. All right, Thomas, we
I'm
got to
just
go.
saying. She said she was married.
All right, we got to take a break. Listen to the Clay Edwards Show. We'll be right back after this on 103.9 WYAB. All right, welcome back to the Clay Edwards Show. Therese was over there on the edge of her seat wanting to reply to all that, and we're going to give her the mic here.
Well, and it's worth saying that I actually walked out at one point. But the reason I did was because I got a message with some radio traffic that there are kids trapped inside a burning house in Jackson right now. And what I want to say about all this hate that all of us are so happy to stir up all the time, you know, and when we want to bring in things about how, like, well, because you're white or because you're black, you have these certain characteristics that makes me better than you. I just want to point out that right now there are children in a house fire, and there are firefighters that will respond and risk their lives to save those kids. And it does not matter to any of those firefighters what color those kids are, and it does not matter to those kids what color those firefighters are. And so when we focus on these things because we just want the adrenaline of fighting with each other, and we just want our pride to feel good because I'm better than you now because I won this point in this conversation we're having. And I'm talking to everybody. This is not about specifically the conversation we just had, but it's what went through my head as I sat out in the hallway and listened to the radio call for this house fire. It's like, y'all, everyone's got pain. Everyone's got a past. Everyone's got a future. And everyone has a heart. And my place in this life is in the middle of the chaos most of the days. And most of the time, I know about the very worst things that ever happened because I'm a crime reporter. And so sometimes I know things I can't even put in my stories because I'm filtering it to keep you guys from getting hurt by the actual evil crap that people do to each other. And let me just tell you, if you knew some of the stuff that I know, you would stop hating and you would turn around and say, you know what, I'm just lucky to be here. And so that is what I have to say to some of these people that want to make everything about race. And I don't care what color you are. If you are making everything about the color of somebody's skin, no matter who you are, your problem is a heart problem. Okay? And when I say heart, I don't mean that thing that beats in your chest. I mean the thing that God gave you that's supposed to steer you between right and wrong and good and evil and love and hate. That is all I have to say right now.
Can I get an amen in the back? Can I get an amen? All right, look, man, we're going to take a break real quick. Callers, stay on hold. Coming back to you right after the top of the news break here. You're listening to The Clay Edwards Show with Therese Apel, bringing the heat this morning on WYAB.